today, after so many of you literally demanding for this, I'm finally going to review the Dermacol foundation. Now, it was a task to find this. These are not available in India. So I got them through Online Makeup Store India. I will leave a link to their page in the bottom bar. Definitely make sure to check them out. They have very unique brands, Arab brands and other brands. They do not currently sell this, but I really requested her to get it for me and she did, which is such a nice thing. This is not sponsored by them. This is not sponsored by any brand whatsoever. Just letting you guys know. So yes, I got 3 shades because I wasn't sure which shade will match me. The online swatch post and the online shade card looked really confusing to me. So I got the shade 218, 222 and 224. 224 I guess is an orange color, and the reason I got this is because this is made in Europe and a lot of foundations have pink undertones. So if these foundations have pink undertones, I can change the undertone by adding the orange color corrector, or I can use it under my eyes to hide the hideous dark circles that I have. I'm going to start off by priming my face. I've already moisturized it nicely because somehow in my head I have this notion that this foundation might dry me down a little because I already come from the dry skin family. So I have pre-moisturized my face really nicely. And then I'm going to take the Professional by Benefit and I'm going to apply it. Again, with extremely high coverage foundations, you want to ensure you use something that will take care of your pores because they do tend to exaggerate your pores a little bit more than normal foundations. So I'm just warming this up between my fingers first and then just patting it into my skin to ensure that my pores are all nice and filled in. So this is what the actual packaging looks like. It comes in this golden metallic-y kind of a tube. It feels like aluminium almost, and it just says Dermacol Film Studio Berendorf Prague makeup cover. I'm just going to try and match a color to me. I'm first going to try a 218. This definitely seems a slightly lighter for my skin tone. 218 seems slightly lighter for my skin tone, so I'm going to go ahead and try 222, which should probably, hopefully, please, fingers crossed, match me. Now this is a really thick cream. Hopefully you can see the texture on the top of the tube. It's really thick. It's not dripping at all. And I'm just curious to see how it blends on my face. I'm starting with a little bit of product. I'm not going overboard with the product because I don't want to look like a cakey hot mess. So I've just dotted it all over my face. They haven't really said which tool to use, so I'm going to be using sponge for this side of my face and a brush for this side of my face. The sponge I'm using is YBP Makeup Perfector and the brush I'm using is the Flawlessly Me by PAC. So I'm using the sponge first and blending this out. It blends out really nicely. Like honestly, I wasn't expecting it to blend out this nicely. I was expecting that I had to work really hard with it. It can be also the fact that I'm using a sponge. I really have to see how it works in with the brush. And the coverage is really good. And surprisingly, it's not looking cakey as well. Like with a lot of full coverage foundations, it starts to look a little bit cakey. And the finish is not so matte like I was expecting, a lot matter finish. It can be again because I'm using a sponge, so I really have to use the brush to see how it fares. So I'm gonna do the brush side now and I'm just gonna start blending this out. It did blend out really nicely, but it did not cover up all of my acne scars right here. They did say use a little bit of it. Probably I used a little too little. So I'm going to take slightly more of that foundation. Probably just dot it right over on top of where my acne scarring is. And then just blend it out again. The finish with both a sponge and a brush is quite similar and it does not feel heavy on my skin at all. To be honest, I don't even feel like I'm wearing something, which is crazy. I wasn't really expecting this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lighter shade, which is 218. I'm going to apply it under my eyes to highlight my skin. I'm just going to take a little bit of product. You don't want to overdo the product, and I'm just going to apply it to my orbital bone first. Taking my sponge and then just blend all of this out to highlight my under eye area and see how this works as a concealer. Again, it blends out really nicely. I wasn't expecting that. Somehow again in my head I felt like it will go on slightly patchier than this and it will be like a real task to kind of blend it in, but it just blended in so beautifully. The coverage is really beautiful. It does not look like over the top at all. It does not look cakey, which was something I was dreading, so I'm surprised and I'm like really happy with that surprise as well. I really do feel that the internet has made it look a lot higher coverage than it actually is. To be honest, I don't know, like maybe I have used like lesser product, but they've made it look like as if you have like a different skin type altogether. It's not like that. I actually feel it looks pretty natural on my skin, even up close. Like it's not cracking, it's not separating, but I will wear this throughout the day. Right now the time I believe is 5 o'clock. Yes, it's 5 o'clock. I have to go out for coffee and everything, so I will wear this throughout the day, come back at night time and show you guys what my skin actually looks like. But before that, let me do my makeup and see how powders and other products sit on top of this foundation. So I just got done with my makeup. The powder sat beautifully on top of it. It worked beautifully as an eye primer as well. The powder's blended really nicely. Nothing's looking cakey or just piled on top of it. My skin doesn't feel like I have a foundation on. Like the biggest fear that I had when using this foundation was that it's gonna look and feel like a foundation. Even when you are wearing the foundation, you don't want something to look like a foundation or feel like a foundation. You don't want it to look like an extra cast or a mask on top of your face, and this actually does not feel like that at all. Like so many of my preconceived notions are debunked now. I really felt like it would sit into my pores, it would just make my skin feel dry. That's not the case right now. I honestly do not have anything bad to say about the foundation till now. And here is a closer look that you can actually see what's going on with my foundation and how my face is looking. The foundation has not stuck onto my facial hair. Of course, we all have facial hair. With some foundations, they do tend to stick to your facial hair and it just looks really clumpy and messy. So I do have a lot of facial hair right here. It has not stuck onto that, which is something I really appreciate and like. You can see how my skin is looking. It has not exaggerated my texture at all. My skin actually looks really beautiful. You will be seeing me using this foundation quite often if the time test also works out. So yes, I'm just gonna head out now and I'll be back for my final thoughts on this foundation. I am back home and I've had this foundation on for 5.5 hours, more than that, and literally this foundation has increased, it hasn't budged. My skin still doesn't feel like I have a foundation on. You can see in close up what it looks like. I really like how it is making my skin feel and look like. I really enjoyed wearing this foundation, and you can see how it's looking on my skin still. My lipstick has gone off slightly, my eyes look a little tired, but if you see the foundation, it's still so perfect. So I did not set it with the powder because I don't set with the powder and it hasn't creased except just like my smile lines, but other than that, it's all good and looks as good as fresh. So yes, all in all, I would like to say that Dermacol gets a thumbs up from my side. This is a really nice foundation. Availability in India is a big problem, I know. I think this retails for $15, but Amazon has gone crazy with the pricing. It's retailing it for like $1,500, $2,000, $3,000, whatever they want. But yes, I will try and request Online Makeup Store India to start either stocking this or getting this on pre-order so that you guys can actually order your shade. Let me just give you a quick swatch of the 3 colors I have so that you guys can, you know, sort of make out the shade scheme. I feel that alternate colors are yellow based. Like 218 was yellow based and 222 is yellow based. I feel 221 was pinkier. Hope that made sense to you. These are the 3 shades I ordered. They go from lightest to darkest, so that's 218, 222 and 224. To finish off my review, I would like to say that I really like this foundation and I do recommend it to you guys as well. This is one of my newfound favorite foundations, and I will be wearing it a lot for sure, especially because I ran out of my PAC foundation in the shade 2.5. I finally finished that up, so I will be probably using this for a while now, for a good while. I really like how it looked. So yes, that was my review. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you didn't, don't forget to comment and subscribe. It will mean a lot to me. Also, let me know some other products you guys would like me to review, and I will see you guys super soon. Till then, take care. Mwah. Bye.